Everybody,
Hey, we're back.
welcome to the Us Show, where we
Yeah.
talk about what we care about.
Yeah.
Now, this is Anime America podcast, episode 17.
Woo!
And you get excited because I'm saying it like this. Woo, yeah!
That or you're just driving in the car and you're like, yeah, screw this, and just change the channel.
Now, what's this podcast? This isn't what I'm used to.
like, it sounds annoying. Click.
Yes, I get that a lot. It happens, but it's helpful when I get those random, spam calls and they're trying to, get you to scam you. Spam and scam. There you go.
It's like that one mom that think somebody called her and said like you could be a winner of like $10,000, and she had the guy on loudspeaker and she was like, "Oh my god!" Puts the phone on the table, grabs a pot lid, puts it over the fan, or puts it over the phone, and then just grabs a ladle and it's like bam, 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 bam. Picks it up, looks at her phone, and her son's like, "Did he hang up?" Of course he did. Yeah.
I forgot to turn my fan off. I'm gonna go do that right now.
Okie dokie. Hey there, everybody. Pulling off my best Charlotte Dobry accent. Hey there, everybody.
Who is that?
She reads a lot of Reddit posts about different topics like bridezillas, entitled Karens, social media fails with Photoshop. Like there was one that was like a big brand company, and they trying to Photoshop their women to look skinnier, and it just comes off looking terrible. Like ugh.
Okay, that explains everything. I now understand it all.
That can be a pretty popular thing to do on YouTube, where all you do is just read a lot of Reddit posts that fall under a certain topic, and people just tune in to listen to the thesis.
I could never get into Reddit. Don't understand why people. The only way I understand it is through watching like MXR plays on YouTube, or like when people play, go through and find the best ones. Like I couldn't sit there and scroll through and scroll. I've tried, but there's so much crap on there.
Yeah.
I prefer watching a YouTube video where they've curated the content.
I just remembered I have a green screen for my chair.
For your chair?
Yeah, you can actually wrap it around the chair.
Maybe
if we have time at the very end, we can test it.
You had one didn't you have one last week?
No. We didn't even have a show last week.
Who was it?
I think there was like a green screen option on StreamYard where you click on it, but it's not that good.
Oh.
But I got one that I can, wrap around my chair, and it should make it work better.
Yeah, one trick you can do is take a picture of your room without you in it, and then come in it and put it as the green screen picture behind you, and then it looks like your background is blurred, like you got a professional camera, but you just blurred it. Or so I guess what I'm saying is you take a picture of the background without you blur it in like Photoshop or something, and then bring that in as your green screen background, and then it looks like you got a cool camera. That's what I was trying to say.
Wow. First off, we got a $5 donation from Tim Whitfield. Thank you very much. What obscure animated show would you want to see revived? Also, thoughts on Fantasia. Oh, an obscure animated show. Also, Fantasia, the original, brilliant. Fantasia 2000, the animation portion was great, but the celebrities need to get out. Except maybe Penn and Teller and, what's his name? James Earl Jones. They can stay.
Yeah, I never saw the new Fantasia.
It's good. Like, the animation portion is good. It's just the celebrity people are just meh. Oh, Mikey's here.
Yeah. I just didn't like any of the. I don't like any of the new stuff about
Okay, boomer.
humbug.
All right. Let's talk about our first topic, and boy, howdy, is it a doozy. I didn't prepare visuals for it. Like, I can find the,
Yeah.
I can find, like, it wasn't really a news article. This is just something that I observed. I was joking at first, but at the same time, I predicted that this would happen. See if I could find the status that went viral. Like, oh, congratulations, Fruits Basket, the last season for getting the #1 spot on MyAnimeList. Now, MyAnimeList has a thing where if you give a certain anime enough recommendations and enough of a high score, then its rating will go up. And for the longest time, there it is. Actually, that was my post. I think I took like a little snapshot of it. Actually, there was like a thing I shared on Twitter that announced it first. They were like, "Oh, congratulations, Fruits Baskets, woohoo!" But for the longest time, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood had the #1 spot. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Fruits Basket's English translators were like, "Wow, thanks, at MyAnimeList." I'll share the screen on my end.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could share your screen while you're looking.
There we go. Chrome tab. Where is it? I think it's here. Okay. So the Fruits Baskets people on Twitter were like, "Wow, thanks at MyAnimeList community." So that's what happens. Like when you have like enough people put in their ratings, your score just goes up. And there were a lot of people that were just grateful that Fruits Baskets finally had a complete series, because the original series. Because I think you remember the original Fruits Basket, or just hearing about it.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever watched it, but you knew of it through me and Anna.
Yes, back in the 2000s.
Yeah. It was a really well-loved series that was just near and dear to everyone's hearts, but it wasn't finished, and the manga just kept going. The manga finished years ago, and then like randomly around 2019, I believe, the first season aired, and everyone was just like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're getting the full version animated," and people were just so grateful that we got a full version of it that they just gave it 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 on MyAnimeList, and it got a score of 9.18, which was just 0.01% higher than for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So I made the post. Wow, a new anime has been crowned as the best anime of all time on MyAnimeList. Place your bets. How long will this last? How long till the FMA crowd swoops in?
Yeah.
Because this is not the first time this has happened. It happened when Gintama was declared as the #1 anime, and the FMAB crowd's just like, nope. That movie that, took the world by storm and just reached a lot of people, Your Name, that became the #1 anime until the FMAB crowd was just like, nope, not that good of a movie. Nope. Nothing's better than Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Attack on Titan Season 3 took the #1 spot, but now it's at the #2 spot because I think the FMAB people were like, it's good, you could have #2, but Fullmetal Alchemist is still #1. As a joke, which this was what brought a lot of people's attention. Nextaku convinced a lot of people to give Interspecies reviewers 10 out of 10 ratings on Twitter, on MyAnimeList, and it became the #1 anime for a long time until the MyAnimeList people were just like, no, that's abuse, and you can't use our website like that. And it's like, how can you say that when the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood people have been doing this for years? Just dethroning a lot of shows that had the number one spot because they feel within their heart and within their rights that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is the number one anime and it can never be touched.
You know, an anime I think is better. Netrunner.
Woohoo! Yeah. Also, there was a thing where MyAnimeList was under maintenance. It said schedule maintenance, and I just took a screenshot. And I was like, coincidence? I think not. Please no, I'm kidding. Or am I?
I don't completely understand what Dark Blood Cyan put here, but I think it's funny. Metarunner Chad versus Incel RWBY.
Ruby. He's making fun of the American anime Ruby because it went downhill so fast. I think after season 4, everyone was just like, I'm out.
I couldn't. I tried 2 or 3 times to watch it. I didn't like the style or the animation. I was like, is this an anime? What is this? What am I
liked the animation. I just hated the story. I did not like the story at all. It was so generic. And it felt like Ruby Rose herself had no flaws. And the one thing that made her interesting, which was weapon building, it went out the door. Like, she wanted to create her own weapons and get into weapon crafting. And that seriously dropped by the first 2 episodes. Like, oh, didn't you used to like making weapons? No? I mean, you're just awesome for the sake of being an awesome female character? I don't know. I just think the other 3 girls were more interesting. But the show was led by Ruby. Alright, back to the topic.
Yes.
Less than 1 day. Holy crap, what the hell, guys? Can't see it from this screenshot, but Fruits Baskets is right here at number 5.
I'm going to bring it back up.
There you go. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood took back the number 1 spot at 9.17, followed by Attack on Titan Season 3 at 9.11.
So, not to interrupt, even though I did. So this MyAnimeList is like, what do you call it? Fans vote. So
to some degree, but a lot of fans take it seriously and think MyAnimeList is the one place where you can get accurate reviews from the community.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how they could keep putting Fullmetal Alchemist on the top unless it's a whole bunch of fans come in and say, no, put this there.
It's a bunch of fans just going to the other shows and giving their honest reviews of it. Like, it's okay, but it's not better. Like, I think they actually copy and pasted a bunch of reviews from the Fruits Baskets people that were really, disappointed by the final season. So they just echoed their feelings and brought down the score. Because there were some people that didn't like the final season of Fruits Baskets, thinking that the pacing was a bit off, and they just did not like Akito, the main villain, to the point where they thought that character was far from redemption. But in Fruits Basket, it's like a tale that shows that love can heal damage. It can heal trauma within time. That love can achieve a whole bunch of things as long as you're willing to accept it. And Akito was no exception. And there's a lot of people that were just like, no, Akito was the source of all their problems and needed to die. And they just went to MyAnimeList to voice that opinion and brought down the score. Some people. But yeah, moral story.
Then you're not getting accurate information. You're just getting,
This is why, like, people were freaking out about it, but at the end of the day, don't take MyAnimeList seriously. Like, I love this. News. Fruits Baskets became the number 1 ranked anime on MyAnimeList. MyAnimeList. Know your place, trash!
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that clip was from.
Filthy Frank. Know your place, trash! But yeah, it also happened to Steins Gate. Like, Gintama, Your Name, Attack on Titan Season 3, and now Fruits Basket's the final season, and Ninja Species Reviewers, even though that was a joke, but it did take the number 1 spot temporarily, But the FMAB crowd are just like, no, this is a serious site, and we need to keep, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood at number 1. It's like, it's so subjective. This is why you should never take the reviews on MyAnimeList seriously. Like, even I'm on their site just using their anime list, like whatever's released during different seasons. I don't take their scores into consideration because, like, there was one show, I'm trying to find it here. Seijo no Marioko wa Bono Desu. Let me see if I can get the English one.
Several times.
The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. It got a score of 7.28. So far, I think it's maybe, I don't know, 7.8 or maybe almost at an 8 from what I've seen so far, because I think the story is pretty original and I like the main character. There was another one. Oh yeah, Zombieland Saga Revenge gained a 7.94. No, it deserves a 9 out of 10. Go away. Nobody touches my Zombieland girls. There was another one that I saw that was just like, okay. I don't know why you gave it that score, but whatever. Yeah, where is it? Not that one, not that one.
Well, thank you, Erica.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. I accidentally skipped an anime. Whoops.
Erica said, Erica O'Brien Aquino, I'm a simple woman. I see Fullmetal Alchemist in the title, so I click. Okay, so we clickbaited someone.
Yay!
Great.
Sorry, we're actually making fun of the FMAB crowd. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Not that we love the show. I watched both.
The show is
and Brotherhood.
Great.
Love them.
The show is fantastic. It's phenomenal. It deserves to be in the top 10 best anime of all time.
We're just talking about toxic fans that...
I just still think Cowboy Bebop is number 1, but still.
Yeah. Number 1 movie or number 1, like, show?
Both.
Both. Okay, so you're biased.
Okay, maybe not movie. The movie was okay. I still think, like, Spirited Away is, like, number 1 anime movie.
I don't know. Of all time, or, because, I don't know. I would say Akira, but then, that's...
Okay, Akira.
We wouldn't have the other animes without the granddaddy of them all.
I mean, that's fair.
That's a trump card. It's just, whatever.
I think, like, Akira, like, grabbed people's attention while Spirited Away just showed what else it can do with visual presentation and story.
I have to admit, though, I never would have seen Spirited Away if I hadn't have seen Princess Mononoke first, because that's the one that I love from Miyazaki.
Eric, comments. What do you think of this whole situation with MyAnimeList and Fullmetal Alchemist? Personally, just don't buy into it. Whenever, if anything, if an anime takes the number 1 spot, don't make an announcement of it. Let's see how long it takes the FMA crowd to notice. Like 2 months later, how did we let this pass?
Yeah, I mean, if they can wield that power, that's, I guess, go ahead.
If there's a new number 1 anime, shh. Don't say anything. Don't say anything, guys. There was one tweet. I think it's a troll.
Which one? Oh, you're looking at tweets still?
Just one more. I'll read it because I took off the share screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say you took the screen off.
Yeah, I think like it's a troll, but oh my god. All FMA fans, Fruits Basket has taken the number 1 spot from it on MyAnimeList. It is garbage moe shoujo, so it doesn't deserve the spot. Please help dethrone it by giving it a 1 to it and 10 to FMA, the Shonen King. We need to get the percentage of 1s to 3%.
Hey?
Like, they're just gloating at the fact that we have won. Fruits Basket is no longer number 1. Fullmetal Alchemist remains the number 1 shonen, as it should be. It doesn't matter how mad you're gonna get. We win. Ha ha.
it's just opinions, and not just opinions, but like just your perception. I don't know. It depends on who you are and how things hit you. It's certain stories and characters just they're your favorite and you love them no matter what.
Exactly.
But you shouldn't. That doesn't mean that you have to tear other people down and say that no, they're wrong. Only your thing that you love is the one true god of anime. Come on, let's let everyone enjoy their stuff, and you could say, hey, I still think mine is the best. But yeah, I forgot to turn to myself. I was talking when it was on you. Yeah, I mean, can't we all just get along?
It's all completely subjective. Like, again, like I think Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood deserves to be in the top 10. Like somewhere in the top 3, maybe top 2. It could be the number 1. I just think Cowboy Bebop had a bigger impact, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Welcome to the internet, where the greater the group, the more validating the opinions, I guess. Yeah. A comment from Luis Morales. Steins Gate is still loved in Japan since 2011 when the tsunami happened. No excuse as to why Nichijou is hated despite being a Kyoto anime.
What's Kyoto? Remind me.
It's a city in Japan, or a prefecture.
So why is that Kyoto? I don't. How is that?
There's a studio called Kyoto Animation.
Oh.
The nickname for it is KyoAni.
Red Dragon Empress asked any plans for the 4th. Anytime somebody asks questions like this, I assume they're asking Robin. Because I never have any plans. I don't do holidays or anything. I just sit at home in my
I'm in lockdown. I have no plans.
Right, so. Sorry.
I can go to the store and I can go to the store and get ingredients for burgers. That's it. That is all I can literally do.
But you're not American anymore. Why would you care?
I'm an American infiltrating Australia. We're gonna make this Amerilia.
You betrayed America.
This is Australica.
You shouldn't. I mean, it's like
I still have the accent. I can celebrate.
It's
That's all that matters.
It's you're blaspheming Anime America, but coming on from Australia.
People still ask that, like, how are you Anime America when you're in Australia?
Yeah, here comes a stupid cat.
Kitty.
Yeah, there you go. Just lay right there. No problem. Just lay behind my name.
Yes, kitty. Say, hello. Hello, Bradley. You must pet me.
I gotta, I think I can take off the lower thirds here. Let me see how to do it. Here we go. There you go. You can see the back of the cat's head.
Yay! Welcome to the show, Kitty.
Yeah.
Aw.
He can't hear you.
Hey, kitty, 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 kitty.
Stop looking at the camera. You don't know it's there. Stupid cat.
Alright, next topic. I saw a comment here that actually related to the situation I'm facing right now. Let's see. Where did it go? There it is. Brandon with the WWE link. There's a new Sailor Moon 2-part movie on Netflix. Yes, I am fully aware of that. Mainly because I made a review of Sailor Moon Eternal versus Sailor Moon Super S, but it only lasted for 2 days because King Records was offended because I used 15 seconds of a song from Sailor Moon Eternal. Copyright. Even though it's only 15 seconds and I actually distorted the anime, I actually sped it up to try to beat the bots, but you can't beat the bots. The bots know when you're using their property. and they just wanted to like demonetize the entire video and block it from Japan. And I'm like, what the flying flip? So I put my claim saying, no, it's actually within my rights. I'm using fair use, and this is for reviewing purposes. I know my rights. And then
basically the robot, the YouTube robot and Facebook robots are like flagging anything and everything, and then it's up to you to say, hey, robot flagged me for no reason, human, take a look at it, and then they're like, oh yeah, this was done in error, and then free it up. Stupid.
But they didn't free it up for me. Like, immediately after, they just denied my claim, and then I disputed that. I actually asked for an appeal, which, you know, afterwards it's supposed to go away, depending on who I'm appealing to and, like, you know, how long they take. Sometimes companies will be like, no, we're gonna ruin your video by taking as long as possible. Like, some will wait out the entire month, and I just get no profit from the views. And it's like, oh, screw you guys too. But no, King Records actually, you know, placed a copyright strike on my channel and forced YouTube to remove the video. So I've actually filed a counterclaim saying, no, this is an abuse of power. I know my rights, and I edited my video within the DMCA fair use guidelines. I know what I'm doing. They obviously did not watch the video. If they did and actually knew what the fair use guidelines were, they wouldn't be using unlawful procedures to harass me, which is basically what they're doing. They didn't watch the video. They just know that I'm using a portion of their song and they're offended. So they think I'm stealing their stuff and they just want to scare me away. And it's like, no, I'm filing my counterclaim. But I'm also left with two choices. It's either just wait until I get the appeal, or I get the counterclaim approved and I get the copyright strike removed and I get my video back, or I re-edit the video, take out that song, and just insert a new intro that says like, hey, so I was supposed to use these two particular songs for my intro, but one of them was claimed by King Records, so I'm just gonna take it out for this video. But yeah, for this intro, I could just you know, politely say and just maybe drop a few F-bombs here and there.
Yeah, there you go. I want to answer a couple questions. Fennec,
Okay.
I think your profile pic is awesome. That's cool. Fennec asked if, you know,
what do we think of his profile picture?
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. And the cat's name is Jeffrey Lebowski. But we nicknamed him Piece of Shit. No. That when he was a kitten, his name was Piece of Shit. Because I hated the first year we had the cat. It hunted me constantly, would never let me rest. Got into everything, onto everything, broke all my stuff. And wouldn't let me touch him or get near him. And now it's this. Now all he wants is to, whatever room I'm in, whatever I'm doing, he wants to be in it.
He loves you.
Why did he start off evil and then turn chaotic good?
You have to earn his love.
Whatever. I just ignored him for so long that eventually he's like, well, he ain't gonna do nothing, so I will.
He's just there like, okay, you're ignoring me? Fine. I'm gonna have to invade your space now.
I'm gonna ignore you from right in front of your face. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll just get right in your face like, notice me, Brat Senpai.
The cat does that. I'm like on the kitchen or whatever I'm doing. I was making food on the counter and it got right up and like, you know, what's this? What are you doing? Uh-huh.
That's something that Jun's Kitchen does a lot when he's making his recipes. He'll let his cats smell the ingredients, but they won't lick it because it's like a way of them getting to know his area and his ingredients and kind of training them for like discipline. And it's like, oh, they're such well-mannered kitties.
I started doing that with the cat. Instead of getting upset every time he got in my space, I was like, okay, this is what this smells like. You want to know what's going on here? You smell
He's
that?
curious, yeah.
Yeah.
It's his home too, Brad.
I know. And if you think about it, he's stuck in his house all day, bored, nothing to do. The house is pretty much the same all the time. He he needs stuff to do.
Yeah,
You know. So how can I blame
exactly.
him if every night he suddenly turns feral and wants to hunt me, and then I have to play with him until I burn his energy out.
He wants to
Okay.
claw your face, but then you pull out the red laser, and he's just like, "Oh,
Yeah. He's got a little. He found a pound puppy that I was gonna sell. Pulled it out of a box, and just started. And it's like the best toy because it's like resilient and made well. And it's his best buddy. Like he loves
aw."
that thing. I just put it on a cord and I move it around. I jump it up and down, make it look like it's running around like a little puppy, and make it. And he chases it around the corner and gets down. It's weird. I know it's Anime America, but we're talking cats now. It's funny to me how the cat will a lot of times wait until I stop moving it, and I gotta wait a few seconds, and then the cat makes its butt wiggle and then attacks. It's like it waits until it stops moving. Okay, cat Cat America. There we go.
There we go. All right, next topic. What did I have on the list?
I don't know. I've been trying to.
All right.
I don't know.
You guys know what happened to the Sailor Moon video. It was taken down, but I'm fighting it. They're not gonna scare me away. But I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter.
You gonna try re-editing it or something, or
Probably not, because it said like within 10-15 days. So I'm like, okay, fine. Okay. I'll wait, and I'll just keep watching spring anime for my next video. The first episode's impressions of spring anime. And then I'm probably going to do a collab video with Phantom Strider ranking the Studio Ghibli films. I'm going to have to watch some of those films. Alright. Let's do a screen share. Let's focus on something pretty exciting. Are you ready for something exciting, Brad?
Do I look like I'm ready for something exciting?
You got a cat there, so...
My attitude, my internal attitude right now is of the cat. That's how I feel inside. I'm trying to act like that's not how I am.
Well, have you seen Demon Slayer?
I want to, but it's not. I can't buy it yet, or I don't know how to get it yet. But
I think like you have to get like a Funimation streaming service.
I had it. I gotta get it again.
Yep, because it's through Funimation, so I think they have like the DVD box sets or the Blu-ray box sets.
Well, I'll get the on-demand service for a month if I can watch Demon Slayer.
There you go. I think it should be on their site.
Okay.
But Demon Slayer is getting its first limited time attraction at Universal Studios Japan. Universal Studios Japan announced on Monday that it'll hold its first limited time attraction featuring Demon Slayer from September 17th to February 13th. Anyone who lives in Japan, I envy you. You, Mr. Anime and Aki Dearest. The theme park closed temporarily with the declaration of the new state of emergency on April 25th due to the new coronavirus disease. It tentatively reopened on weekdays only starting from June 1st, and it'll fully reopen from June 26th. But yeah, Demon Slayer's getting its own ride. Or its own attraction. It could be a walkthrough. We don't know. Because I think that's basically what Attack on Titan was. I think it had a 3D show and a walkthrough experience.
Oh. You know what would be cool? Do you remember the old King Kong ride from Universal?
The one before the one they have now?
I guess. Either is there still...
I remember seeing visuals of it. I didn't really visit Universal Studios when I was a kid. Well, I was a Disney kid.
Do you still go through and there's like huge tall versions like you're on a cart and there's live action moving, King Kong like right there ahead and
At the
everything.
end of the ride, yeah. The majority of the ride, like you're going through the caves, and then like you go through this long tunnel that's like a 3D projection that surrounds you, so it looks like it's
Oh, yeah, that's
HD project.
different.
Yeah,
The one
that's the new
I went
version.
to originally, there was like several, like hand try to grab you, and
Yeah,
there's several. I mean, like a big head of him you're going by. Anyway, I was just imagining Attack on Titan like that would be awesome, where there's actual, live, big looking, real things that you're
yeah.
going around in. That would be
I think
cool.
like the newer version was just like a shiny. At the same time, like they made this projection for Universal California for the tram tour because that's what the majority of the tram tour is. Like you go through the set and then you go through this long ass tunnel where you're experiencing some 3D experience. One of them being King Kong and the other one being Fast and the Furious. Both now at Universal Orlando with their own attractions. King Kong is pretty good, but the Fast and the Furious one just looks so fake and dull. Like, I just don't understand how Fast and the Furious is that popular after like 9 boring films and like a ride that is just so cheaply made that it's just Universal being all like, we know you like the franchise, give us money.
Yeah.
But all you do, like for the King Kong one, like you are driving down a tunnel and King Kong's like chasing you around, and all these T Rexes are trying to attack you. I think King Kong's trying to protect you as well. Like the T Rexes are trying to get you. And at the very end of the ride, you drive around this cliff, and there's a huge King Kong animatronic just looking at you, and you're just like, "Oh hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep driving. Bye."
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Anyway, it would be cool if I don't know. We can dream.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah,
never
the
happen.
one in Japan gets all the cool anime rides. Like they had an Attack on Titan attraction. They have Final Fantasy VII. They still have Sailor Moon. Like Sailor Moon keeps changing their 3D shows, but Sailor Moon has such a huge impact in Japan that it has like a permanent spot in Universal Japan. I want to go. I want to
Um,
go.
I was just thinking that what would be awesome is photorealistic, um, like VR. Like VR is getting really awesome recently. And if you could playing a Attack on Titan, like almost photorealistic game in VR would
Yeah,
be awesome.
very cool. Very cool.
Do that, computer people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll get
remember.
right on it.
I remember Disney announcing a long time ago that for the fans that were devastated when they lost the original rights, that they missed riding when they were kids, Disney announced that they would make virtual adaptations of those attractions. So any attraction that used to work at Disney World and Disneyland, it would get its own virtual experience, which was to me was yes, yes, gimme. But I think they stopped the idea when their um, VR Disney Connect ride failed. And it's like, well, of course it failed. It's a cheap mini game experience that is nothing like the original park. And oh no, your webcam.
It's it's fine. It's a professional camera, so it has this thing where it like every 30 minutes it's got to reset. So,
Ah,
can you see how like film like and blurry my background is?
I see a blurry cat.
Don't I look awesome?
You do look good, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Just
that's what.
being
Yeah, and I got these bars on the side because I haven't figured out the lens that I have in. I gotta press buttons and figure out how to make it to where it's
beep boop beep.
wide. Anyway, I'm working on it, but it looks cool for now, even though I'm in a box.
Are you living in a box? Din, din. Are you living in a cardboard box?
That's a song.
Yeah, it is such a retro 80s song called Living in a Box. I would play it, but copyright. I've been living in a box. Din, din. I've been living in a cardboard box.
I've never heard that.
I only heard that through AMV Hell 3. That was like the first time I ever heard of it. When like Battle Angels or whatever. No, Athlete Angels or something like that. About these girls that are like going to a school where they could be athletes. And this girl, I think like she was just trying to sneak around, or she was just trying to keep to herself, and she just kept crawling around the school in a box. And so AMV Hell took that clip and just paired it with that song. I've been living in a box. Livestream gets claimed just for singing it. Dang
it! Is there Super Mario SMG Fan 23 wants to know if you know Mario's Big Adventure song?
Nope.
I don't know how people know songs from games, or I mean, some song, but like, how do you know?
I mean, there's plenty of songs that I know that no one else will know.
Like I sort of know some old songs from when I was a kid that like the games blew my mind and stuff, but like I've never ever. I'm not human, so I've never like, oh, what's the name of this song, who wrote it, and then I memorize it, and then I know all the words and the melodies, and my brain doesn't work that way.
I remember when I went on a cruise with my family, and they had a Disney trivia night. It was for like Disney music, and part of the challenge was to name the song, but also name the movie that it came from. And just to make it a little harder, because this is like basic stuff. They chose like some of the easiest songs that I knew every single one of them. We had to like name the song, name what movie it's from, and then name the year the movie was released, just to try to make things harder. And sadly, I knew a good chunk of them because I'm a freaking Disney nerd. So like, there's the majority answering the question together. It's like, okay, for this one, what was the song? And we're shouting, "Son of Man!" What movie is it from? Tarzan! What year was it released from? And there's me. 1999!
Well,
of course I won.
your dad was a big Disney fan.
He's a nostalgic Disney fan now, but he's disappointed with how the company has turned out.
Me too. I mean, I like Disney Plus and the Marvel stuff, but they just bought that.
I wasn't really interested in Winter Soldier, and the Loki one, I'm like, meh.
Oh, you mean the TV series? That's because the Winter Soldier movie is like one of the best Marvel movies ever made.
Ever. I heard I didn't really miss much with Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's just like...
Yeah. Basically, like the first episode is like watching a movie. It's awesome. I'd tell everyone that's into Marvel, watch the first episode of that, and maybe the last episode. The rest of it is,
I did watch WandaVision because it honestly interested me. I wanted to know what happened, but the others, I'm just like, I'm just phasing out of Marvel because I'm just getting tired.
It's too much superhero stuff.
They're exploiting it. They know that the Marvel fandom is just like craving this kind of stuff, and they're just like feeding them top quality entertainment while like just dishing out animation remakes. It's just
I will say, the remakes. I haven't watched any of those remakes. It's just
last one I watched was Aladdin, and I only watched it for sentimental reasons. But even then, Will Smith was the only good part of the movie.
It just sickens me even thinking. I mean, if I had never seen the original, then I could watch it. But I just can't. I can't.
The thing is, like, I liked it when they were reimaginings because I'm a huge Wicked fan. And if I say, no, you can't reimagine these characters while also being a fan of Wicked, then I'm a hypocrite. it's interesting to see these reimaginings. So I liked Maleficent, and
yeah, Maleficent was good, but that was like a story that hadn't really been told in movies.
Yeah, it's a different point of view.
Yeah.
The thing with Cruella.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I would say that it was an interesting point of view or interesting reinterpretation of the character, but it sent me major red flags. It sent me major red flags because this is an obvious move from Disney. I mean, Maleficent enough was just like, oh, Wicked's popular, we should make our own Wicked. Cruella is just, hey, everyone likes Joker and Harley Quinn. We should take one of our old villains and turn them into a mixture of Joker and Harley Quinn. That's it. That's all Cruella is.
Yeah, I
and also puppies kill their parents.
I couldn't bring myself to watch the movie, so I watched a spoiler review to see if I was my assumptions were correct, and it was just as bad as I thought for all the reasons that all the reasons that the guy brought up that it was bad were all things that I would have hated. Yeah. So I probably will never see it.
It looks fabulous, and the soundtrack.
The dresses. That's the one thing about the movie is like every scene, a character has a new dress on, so it's like a fashion show.
It's just a giant, fabulous cat fight.
Yes, if you are into fashion, it could be very entertaining to you. But if you want a story that makes sense with logic and characters that make sense, I don't know if that's the movie for you.
If anything, like if you wanted to watch a good live action adaptation of 101 Dalmatians, just watch the Glenn Close version.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I'd rather watch that.
Like
Cruella.
The revamp of Anita and Roger with their relationship, it was a bit ugh. And the majority of the movie is just cute widow puppies, and you get to see House before he was House. But Glenn Close, good Cruella, very good Cruella. Modern Disney, blech.
Yeah, it's perversion of true art. DMT Infinity says.
Yeah. They put all their quality into nerdy stuff because it's like, oh, the nerds will pay for it and we'll get extra money if we do all these Disney remakes because international audiences will buy into it. It's like, Disney sucks. It sucks so much.
Yeah.
Like the whole controversy with Splash Mountain. Like, they're trying to be open about the situation and being all like, yes, it comes from this movie that had depictions of slavery in the South, so we're going to try to correct it. But deep down inside, I'm like, you're only doing this because Disney princess merch sells, and that's why you have Tiana taking over the ride. Like, honestly, that the majority of the ride, they're going to keep the singing animals, but take out Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and Brer Bear, and just put in Tiana, as a frog, and then like at the very end when everyone's just like singing on the riverboat, it's just they're gonna keep that scene in just to be cheap, and then like put Tiana and Naveen on that boat with Louis somewhere. It's just gonna be the exact same ride with the exact same decorations, but you're gonna take out a few animatronics and put in Tiana, and they're gonna say like, oh, look how aware we are about the situation and how willing we are to fix these things. And I'm like, you only splash a little bit of paint on the entire ride. This is what I'm predicting. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm predicting they're just gonna put in as minimal effort as possible while patting themselves on the back.
Yeah. Oh well. Is this what we were looking at before?
I know. I'm looking at that next. But long story short, Disney. Okay, next topic.
Look, it's Anime America is a mixed bag, man. We talk
pretty
cats,
much.
Disney, Robin's life and her troubles takes up 30% of every show.
You have problems too with your cat.
Yes, I. That was basically me complaining about the cat and then saying, "But I still love him."
All right, from one corporate cash grab to another. Animator Ippei Ichi says Netflix anime produced at MAPPA paid bottom rate. And there's an update at the bottom. Says the offer was 3,800 yen per cut when the average range is between 3.8 to 7,000. Animator Ippei Ichi opened up about money matters on Twitter, claiming that animators were being offered bottom rates on the production of Netflix anime made by MAPPA. His tweet translated is as follows. Apparently, a producer working on a Netflix anime made at MAPPA suggested to pay 3,800 yen, which is $34 US per cut. The budget for a TV series is between 3,800 to 7,000 yen. So if you accept that offer, the unit price for animators would go down. Heads up, if you're asked, I think it's best to negotiate to 15,000 yen or $134 or more.
Is that a day or an hour or
I think per cut. So whatever scene they have to animate, they get paid for that.
for a scene?
I think so.
That's too much. That's not enough money for all the work. That doesn't make sense. Unless,
like, especially when you're looking at the quality, like this poster that we're seeing, Yasuke, which looks pretty interesting. But I don't know if I can enjoy the anime now knowing that a bunch of animators are working tirelessly and getting underpaid.
Yeah.
He then clarified, to avoid misunderstanding, I have to say that my issue is with Netflix. For all the exorbitant amount of capital they have, it's a problem that they've started to place orders with such low rates. There is a possibility that the prices are even lower than a TV series. Freelance animator Zaid commented, the usual 4,500 yen per cut is already bad enough. What is Netflix thinking allowing them to pay less than the average? In May, a freelance animator tweeted that they left MAPPA due to the factory-like conditions. They criticized MAPPA's decision to work on 4 shows at the same time instead of properly training its team so that such corrections wouldn't be necessary, and said, as far as I can tell, about 80% of the employees had similar complaints at the time. Lee Sean Thomas and MAPPA's Yasuke animated debut on April 2nd, worldwide on Netflix. Netflix announced a comprehensive business alliance with MAPPA in October. The streaming company also partnered with anime studios NAS, Science Saru, and South Korea's Studio Mer. Netflix previously announced partnerships with Production IG, sister company with Studio and Bones in 2018, which has already resulted in such great anime as The Great Pretender, Carol and Tuesday, and Dragon Pilot Hisone and Masatan. In 2019, Netflix announced similar partnerships with Anima, Sublimation, and David Production. Sublimation produced the recent Dragon's Dogma anime series on Netflix, while Wit Studio is producing the Vampire in the Garden original anime series.
Okay, you're losing me.
Sorry. It's just like going over all the anime that Netflix has produced with all these partnerships, but it makes us wonder, like, how much they've been paying those studios.
So basically, Netflix is being dicks.
There was an update to the story.
Oh.
An animator claimed to have been paid 250 yen, which is $2, for in-between animation at a subcontracting studio for a film project made by the company that recently made a viral PV. They commented that the work was extra demanding because it was a film project that required a high degree of polish. Then pay your animators more!
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me because Netflix is a big professional polish company, and you don't get good quality or good product if you don't get pay.
My thing is,
you
why...
know, if you don't pay, if the less you pay, the less quality you're gonna have in general. It's just how it works.
My thing is, why Hopefully you're not hearing that. My thing is, why are studios or production areas like, or just streaming? Hello, Jeffrey.
Oh, the audience can't see.
There we go.
Yeah, I've been struggling with him for the past 5 minutes. He
Okay, now he's gone.
accidentally,
Bye.
and here I am.
There you are.
He unplugged a hard drive, almost spilled my stuff, and I had to mute the microphone. Okay.
Okay, back to the topic.
Continue.
Oh.
Not me.
There we go. I don't know why. Maybe it's this one. There we go. Okay. My thing is with streaming sites like Netflix and Crunchyroll, why do they feel the need to pay studios to make content just for their streaming sites? Like, I get it. The streaming wars are a pain, and you want to be the one streaming service to get the customers money. Like, come to my streaming service. I have this, I have that, and I produce our own content. And it's like, okay, it'd be one thing if you would pay these studios, a little bit more so that they can send their anime straight to your streaming service, and you're pretty much helping these studios stay afloat. But now you're asking them to produce content just for your website at a very cheap rate, but still expecting the best quality. You're only damaging the animation studios. You're only sending these workers into like poverty to make content for you. I'm just appalled. I am so disgusted with Netflix, stooping to this kind of level. Like, yeah, we make Netflix anime, and it's like, yeah, but you don't pay the animators a decent living wage. They're producing top quality stuff. Like, The Great Pretender was brilliant.
Yeah.
And this anime that was on the article, Yasuke, it looks incredible. But I can't watch it knowing that animators are struggling to make ends meet because Netflix is cheaping them out. This is why they are working countless hours and dying from exhaustion.
Yeah.
There are people in Japan that are overworking themselves to the point where they are dying.
And
Netflix
suicide.
is profiting off of it.
Yeah.
And committing suicide. As, touchy as the subject is, Netflix is profiting from the animators suffering.
Yep. It's
I'm
happening in the
flabbergasted.
video game industry too, but I can't believe Netflix would do that. I don't know. It's a business just like any other it's a huge big business with, what do you call it? The investors and a board of directors, and what are you doing now to make us more money?
These artists, they don't have to make a living wage because all they care about is, getting their name on the credit. Like, there's even all these like online shows that I'm looking on the spring lineup for MyAnimeList, like the Goku Shofudo, like the devoted husband or something. It's like a Yakuza guy that becomes like the perfect house husband or something. It got pretty popular on Facebook. It's got a 7 out of 10 rating. But now all I can think in my head is, okay, how much did you pay your staff? And then there's another one called Shumatsu no Wakure. What site is this on? Like, even I don't know. Like, I'm like wondering if I should even like watch online anime now, because now I know that a good chunk of these animators are getting next to nothing for the work that they give.
Yeah, but now what you're sort of suggesting without knowing it is that we would have to do homework. Like, before we'd say, oh, that looks cool, let me check that out. Oh, hold on, let me Google it and see if they're being abused. I don't know.
As exhausting as it is, it's also part of our responsibility, because like if I know that like the people that are giving us this content and like getting next to nothing for it, then what's that say about us? If we're also like indulging ourselves, but at the same time, like, they produce this stuff because they love it and they love anime and they want us to watch it. But I just feel terrible if they're suffering like this.
Yeah, it's not
It's my way of saying, like, I want to punish Netflix. I want to give my money straight to the studio, not Netflix, if that makes sense.
So then, if there is a studio that has like an online, an app or something, or an online place where you can watch it, or you could order the DVDs, then that
as long as the money doesn't go anywhere near Netflix, yes.
Right. So you could. So if you end up seeing it and you like it and you realize, oh, they're not being abused, then you could say, well, I'm not paying Netflix. I will. Yeah. I mean, there are ways around it, unless it's like a Netflix original. But then wait, aren't they paying more for the originals than they are?
No, these are Netflix originals, and according to these animators, they're getting next to nothing.
That's.
Like, there's still like all these other shows from the spring lineup that I'm watching, like Don't Tease Me, Nakatoto-san, Tokyo Revengers, 86, VV, Fruits Basket's the final season. Like, by all means, pay to watch those. Support the studios. But it just makes you wonder how much of your streaming cost goes to the animators, because it just seems like Western corporate capitalism is just profiting off of Japanese animators suffering. I'm just going to put a little comment from Little Kawaii T. Buying the DVD is the best way to support.
Yes.
As long as the culprits don't get any of your money. Let's see. Yeah, murdering people during the job is okay, but not when that one guy set Kyoto Animation on fire that killed up to 33 people inside. This is hypocrisy to the max. Murder is the worst crime to commit. Well, yeah, it is.
That it seemed like a double. That confused me, because it said murdering was okay. Like, it's okay to murder one person, but to burn 33 is bad. Aren't they both bad?
Murder? Oh no, I think he's saying murdering people during the job is okay. This is like Netflix being like, why people aren't being overworked under us?
What does that mean? Murdering people during jobs, like making
Netflix underpaying people, like working them to death. Yeah.
Oh.
He sees that as murder.
Okay. I'm still confused, but okay.
You're blurry.
I'm out of focus. It's because I had to get up. Get me back in. Auto.
Return to us, Brad. Return to us. There you go.
I had to get up because my keyboard was halfway across the room, because the cat wanted to lay on the desk. And if I don't move the keyboard, it'll hit the keyboard shortcuts, and the thing will go all over the place, and you'll be over here and over there, and then the things will pop up, and it'll... Yeah. The cat. It ruined my life. Okay.
All right, let's talk about the Olympics and how there's more controversy, Brad. Aren't we just in a good mood?
Yeah.
Tezuka Productions had response to the backlash regarding the Olympic Committee's use of anime characters. This is my first time reading the article. I have no idea what's going on. Last week, the Japanese Olympic Committee issued a series of tweets promoting the Tokyo Olympic Games using quotes attributed to characters from various anime series, including Astro Boy, Sailor Moon, and Crayon Shin-chan. Like, when the Tokyo Olympics were announced, they had, like, the ambassadors being anime characters. So there's Astro Boy, Sailor Moon, Crayon Shin-chan, Luffy from One Piece, Naruto, I think that little cat thing from Yokai Watch, Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and one of the girls from Pretty Cure, like one of the recent versions of Pretty Cure. As public opposition to the Tokyo Olympics continues, however, the committee has faced backlash for the tweets. Detractors argue that it feels out of character for characters with strong sense of justice, like Adam and Usagi, to support the games during a pandemic. Ooh, that is an excellent point. In response to the backlash, Tezuka Productions head Rumiko Tezuka, daughter of Osamu Tezuka, tweeted, "The contract for the character cheering squad was signed after the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics were decided, at a time when nobody could have imagined the threat of coronavirus. At the time, everyone was looking forward to the games. Right now, the situation has made it so that there are divided opinions regarding whether to continue holding them. But from a business perspective, Adam is participating in the cheering squad as part of the role he was given." She continued, "All of the characters who have been contracted to participate in the cheering squad are in the same position, not just Adam. They will do the job they have been given, cheer for the competing athletes. Please don't involve them in your debates about whether the game should go ahead." In later tweets, she expressed her dismay that the controversy has prompted a bigger uproar than when the characters were originally announced. She said that she will take the opinions she has heard into consideration when negotiating future licensing deals. She also tweeted that she regrets using the word business in her original tweet instead of providing a more detailed explanation, and stressed that there are certain things that she can't say publicly.
Yeah.
So basically, people are just upset that these anime characters are being quoted, still supporting a competition that honestly really shouldn't be happening, but tradition, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're acting like, there's nothing really wrong and still going forward and cheering when it's like, no, this is still bad. And honestly, these characters wouldn't cheer for a competition that really shouldn't be happening. Like, they would rather care for, the welfare of the people rather than the welfare of a competition that really shouldn't be happening during a pandemic.
Yes.
Your thoughts, Brad?
Well, my ADD jumped in while you were reading all that, and I noticed the Amazon Prime Video is going to stream Final Evangelion film on August 13th.
Oh yeah, there was something about that, like Amazon Prime getting the rights to the movie while Netflix has everything else. And my friend Kenny was like, "Yo, Netflix, what the heck?" So those who have Netflix subscriptions to watch Evangelion, they now need Amazon Prime to watch Evangelion, or else do what you want because a pirate is free.
You just need friends. All right, here's what you do. You pay for one service, okay, and then you let your friends share that service. But you find a friend who has Netflix, and find a friend, like I have Hulu, so I have someone who has Netflix, and then I have someone who has Amazon, and I share my Hulu with that person and the other person. And so they share the Netflix and their Amazon with me, and I share my Hulu, and we all share. And that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you gank the system.
Brad, disrupt the system.
Yeah. We got a city to burn.
We live in a society. I think I have a subscription to Netflix and Anime Lab. That's basically it. That's all I got.
I
think my mom has a subscription to Hulu and Disney Plus. Disney Plus came to her for free because she's been working for Disney for far too long, and she's just like, whatever. I guess I have this now, and I'm like, cool. I can watch WandaVision. I guess I don't really use Disney Plus though.
Yeah, I mostly do watch the Marvel stuff.
Yep. But back to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
They shouldn't have had the. During the pandemic, it was a terrible idea. I also think
I get that like we were supposed to have it last year, but there's still numbers in 2021.
I also think that using the anime characters without the permissions and the rights.
I mean, they do, and this was all approved before the pandemic happened, and they're just releasing the stuff that they had planned because it was already finished. Everything was already set in stone and done.
Oh.
So this was like pre-made stuff.
Okay.
But people are offended that they didn't change anything because they're like, oh, they're heroes and they would never approve of this.
Oh, well, I think it's the same thing with the what do you call it? Full Metal Alchemist fandom, and it seems like it's toxic overreaction to things that aren't really related because the characters aren't real, and I think it's silly. So if they had legal rights to use them, and it was already done, if they already paid for all that, they can't, and they didn't know that everyone was going to be like, oh, heroes. Just
I think
come
their
on.
argument is take away the heroic quotes. Like they are the ambassadors of the Olympics, and they're proud to see their favorite characters as the ambassadors. Like this was a really cool thing to see, to have like these anime characters represent the Olympics. It's awesome. Everyone's happy to see this. They just think it's still too soon to have the Olympics, and to see these characters support the Olympics with their heroic quotes, they just think it's out of character.
What do you mean by
that's the reaction?
Quotes? Like what?
Like I think like Sailor Moon and Astro Boy were like using quotes from their shows as they're advertising the Olympics. I don't know. Like I don't know like the quotes. I would imagine something like, "In the name of the moon, do your best at the Olympics" or something.
I know. I just
they're not over.
I don't understand why that would be.
They just think it's out of character for these characters. I don't think it's a big deal. They just think it's out of character for these heroes to support the Olympics during a pandemic.
Yeah. Okay.
I think if they just took away the quotes and just had the advertisements with the characters, there wouldn't be a backlash. But they're just like, oh, Astro Boy wouldn't say that during a pandemic. Goku wouldn't say that during a pandemic.
Which my argument is what's being said.
Yeah, my argument is Goku's an idiot. Will say anything.
And they're unrelated. Oh my god, people. I give no merit to people who react to things without knowing what they're talking about. If you haven't looked into, like, knowing that it was already done that way and they already paid for it and it wasn't intentional, why would you get upset? I mean, unless it was, like, really offensive, like, if there was a mass shooting or something and then there was a hero that went around killing people's like, shoot them all, and that's really offensive. Yeah, take that down. But heroes just saying heroic quotes and a pandemic
while advertising the Olympics. It's one thing for them to protest the Olympics because we're still in a pandemic. I understand that completely.
Yes,
but now they're outraging against these posters that have quotes from the characters.
I think they're throwing their anger at the wrong thing. They're probably angry because of the Olympics happening, and then they're like finding someone to blame, something to get mad at.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, that was it for the news portion. Shall we answer some questions before we head out?
Sure, because I missed a lot of questions.
Alright, guys. If you guys have any questions for us, let us have it.
What is this? What they messed up is not including Pikachu as the mascot. Okay.
Yeah, Pikachu wasn't one of the ambassadors. I guess I would say like, oh, they just wanted human ambassadors, but that doesn't explain the cat thing. I think it's just probably just Nintendo being like, no, he's the mascot of Pokemon. You can't have him.
What's Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, Chainsaw Man. I know. I made a tweet about it.
Oh.
I made a tweet about it being like, what's just that chainsaw thing you kids are talking about these days?
Is that a guy that has his arms and legs can be chainsaws or what?
I don't think so. I think it's like this series that a lot of people are looking forward to that's going to be pretty interesting, but also extremely gory. So there's your anime, Brad.
Maybe. I remember, was it Soul? What was that anime that we loved? It was Soul something.
Soul Eater?
Soul Eater. There was a guy. Cat, quit destroying the furniture! Yeah, in Soul Eater, there was a guy that could, because people could be living weapons, but he could turn his arms and legs into chainsaws. That was cool. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah. The story is set in a world where devils are born from human fears. Devils are usually dangerous and malevolent. Their power proportional to the fear they incite among humans. However, humans can form contracts with them to use their power, and there are individuals specializing in hunting and employing them called devil hunters. Devils originate from hell and exist in a cycle between Earth and Hell. They migrate to Earth when killed in Hell, and vice versa. Dwelling in hell are extremely powerful devils called primal fears, which have never been killed. Transit between planes appears to be overseen by the hell devil. A devil may, in certain conditions, inhabit the body of a dead human, gaining some of their memories and personalities, such as a creature is called a fiend. Devils who naturally have humanoid forms.
Oh, did it lose you? Oh, I think Robin got... Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the manga was released between like December 2018 to December 2020 with 11 volumes. Studio Mappa will be producing this. Hopefully they're getting paid to do this.
So it took me a few seconds to realize you were talking about Chainsaw Man.
When is it coming out, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, the entire stream dropped for a minute. Oh, okay. Sorry, DMT.
I was here the whole time. I don't know about everyone else.
Well, your camera flickered out for a moment.
Well, you were the one that froze on my end. I blame you.
Okay, so the trailer dropped, but nobody knows when the release is. Let's just have them take their time and actually get paid for their efforts, please.
Gabriel Gonzalez has a question for you.
What are your thoughts on Dragon Maid Season 2 and Iruru in particular? I think it's about to air. It looks like it's just the normal Dragon Maid shenanigans, but the character Iruru is just like, oh, that came from someone's imagination. Like, I don't want to judge because it's their own creation and I need to see the character first. Because at the same time, like, dragons can choose their forms, right? So that's just the form that she wanted. She wanted to be short. Like a little girl short, but still have the big boobs. And I don't get why she would want that kind of form.
Yeah, I never get it.
Like, even the one other child character in the series is like 300 years old named Kana. She looks like a kid. And she behaves like a kid. And then there's the adult dragons that choose their forms, and the three girls that are in there, they got decently sized boobies. This one is a mixture between the children and the adults. Like, I guess she's not short though. She is at Toru's shoulder height. It's still kind of tiny. Okay, so she's probably a little bit taller than Kana. So she's got them chunky thighs and badunkadunk like chest. Like, she's got that chest that looks like, to me though, the reason why I cringe at it though, it looks so painful. It looks like that chest realistically would paralyze her. It would snap her back.
Yeah, I cringe every time in anime they do upskirts and perverted shots and their boobs
I don't
are
mind
bigger
that
than
as
their
much.
heads.
I don't mind that as much because it's fan service. Depending on the context. If the context is used for like comedic purposes or just fan service, I really don't mind. If it's like exploiting and making the characters uncomfortable, to that degree. It's like,
But yeah, like when they have the guys like falling in there and then constantly like they make it a thing that's always happening. Like
they get redeemed if that guy did it on purpose and the guy gets beaten up, then that's fine.
Sure.
That's comedy. I just don't like it when either the guy just exploits them and they're uncomfortable, or it's an accident and the girl just looks at him like he's a pervert for the rest of the show. Like, you're a pervert. It was the one time, it was an accident, and I apologize. You're still a pervert. Ugh.
I'm getting
But it's not
old.
real, Brad. It's not real, Brad. It's animated.
These young kids and their animated movies is pissing me off.
I'm surprised if Kobayashi would be banned from Australia, like at least season 2, because sorry, because of that one character. I read that Iruru turned Kobayashi Han into a man as an attempt for Iruru and Toru to get on her. What? Already, season 2 is disturbing me. The magic did go away, but I still nearly puked. I prefer Sunohara Sono Kaninin-san. Wow. So, turned Kobayashi into a dude. Why? Don't lewd the lolly dragon. No. Don't lewd the lolly dragon. No. That's the catchphrase that came from the show Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. We all made a vow to never ever lewd the lolly dragon.
Yeah, here comes the cat. What are you doing?
Hi, Jeffrey.
Where are you going? Jeffrey. What's happening?
What you doing? I want to smell your microphone.
Lay on the Okay, this is good. Good.
This is valuable entertainment. Yes.
Audio podcast material.
The cat, the orange fluffiness, is smelling Brad's hand.
Cat ASMR.
The cat is now lying down next to Brad's arm. He's pondering and curious. What will he do next? Okay. We need a David Attenborough in here. If any of you kids still get that.
I do. I wish I could do the accent.
Exactly. I think Brendan could do it. And now the cat has risen up and is brushing up against the microphone.
He put his butt on my drink. It's great. I'm gonna move that. And now the cat is become my mouse. Because the cat is
ironic.
I was using my mouse. The cat has become the mouse. That is great. Yes, yep. The mouse is up your butt, cat. Is that what you wanted?
Meow.
Oh my god.
Meow.
Okay, the mouse is going in your belly. No, don't kick them. This is where the mouse goes.
This is entertainment at its finest.
Okay, the cat's trying to tell me that it's time to go. Any last...
We'll read Fennec's thing and then we'll head out. Because I think Fennec wanted us to read their character update.
Fennec asked and I said sure, so...
Anime America character update. Fennec, Scarflake, Blaze, Frost, Agent, Duel, April, Ren, Ava, SMG001, Lord Bane, Lord, Omega, Fallen, Fennec.
So these are the names of the characters in the story, anime, whatever. That he's working on. I don't know the proper way to address.
All right, and one more before I head out.
Please notice me. Quentin
and your profile picture looks like Onision, so I'm a little that got me curious for a moment. Okay, please notice me. Why is Magic Knight Grey Earth Part 2 review delayed? I loved your Part 1 review and just want to hear your thoughts on Part 2 or Part W. I haven't had time to watch Part 2. I'm sorry. There's like a ton of shows that I need to watch first. Like right now, I'm watching all the spring anime because I like doing my first episode impressions video. But now I got like a bunch of people asking, yeah, Matt Hatterson, there was a part 2.
What did you click? I clicked something else.
Yeah, click this one.
Oh.
There was a second season. I haven't had time to watch it because like I got a lot of other requests that I gotta do while also trying to keep the algorithm happy and review some modern stuff. Like there's a ton of other shows that I gotta do, but pandemic, jobs, anxiety, reality stuff. And I just look at that pile of stuff that I gotta watch and I'm just like I'm kind of sidetracking with the whole Studio Ghibli film thing, but I want to do like a collab with, Phantom Strider because why not? We haven't done a collab in a while.
I would love that.
It's us watching Studio Ghibli films and ranking which ones we think are the worst to the best.
Yes, that would be awesome.
But I also gotta watch Fruits Baskets, and people are asking me for my old versus new of the old Fruits Baskets versus the new Fruits Baskets, and I'm like, doesn't a new Fruits Baskets already win automatically because it actually completed the show? I mean, if anything, season 1 was pretty much a carbon copy of the first series, but it kept going. That's what makes the newer show better.
That makes sense to me.
Probably when I watch both shows, I'm gonna be like deciding right then and there that if I'm gonna do an old versus new of it or not.
What?
Did we ever play Sonic Mania? That's what Super Mario and SG4 fans asking.
No. But I saw a guy that loves Sonic, and he said Sonic Mania was one of his favorite Sonic games.
Okay.
Was Sonic Mania the one where he's been? I don't know.
Alright, one more, then we're gonna head out. Will you be able to do a Lucky Star anime and manga comparison video similar to Sailor Moon comparison video? The most clear difference is you won't see any Haruhi, Suzumiya, and any other anime ads. I mean, if they're that close to the original source material as like Azumanga Daioh was to the manga, then there's really no point in the comparison. If the only difference was the Haruhi Suzumiya cameos, then I'd rather do a review rather than a comparison. Like Pre-Tier had a good manga versus anime comparison because they were polar opposites. Like those were two different stories. But if you're saying that like the Lucky Star manga was similar to the anime and the Haruhi ad was the only difference, then there's really no point in doing a manga comparison.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. The cat.
Thanks for joining us, Jeffrey.
Yeah, the cat says bye. He's gone to sleep.
No, Brad, that's not what he said.
Oh.
You know what he said?
What?
You need to pet me, meow.
I do, but my hand is on the mouse.
It's the perfect pun.
My hand is on the mouse, not the cat. The mouse is the priority.
So you ain't kitten?
I'm not kidding.
Cat puns.
I've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Unknown user. Yes.
It's very vague and mysterious.
I think I sort of. It's. I don't know. It's funny. It's fun. Not really scary unless you're clown phobic. He's sharing the mouse. Oh. Yeah.
Are you sharing the mouse, Jeffrey? You sharing the mouse? Okay. Alright, let's head out. I'm gonna eat some lunch.
Yes, I'm gonna try to go to bed at some point.
And then Jeffrey's gonna like lie on your face like, hello, Brad.
Yeah, lie on my foot or get in my way in some. That's all. That's the cat's job. Is how can I get?
I bought a pet and all I got was a tripping hazard.
Oh man, it's like you're walking and the cat runs in front of you. Wait, I don't know if he's trying to rub up against you as you're walking. or what he's doing, but like all he's doing is asking for us to accidentally kick him across the room because he's just like, and I mean,
he just loves you.
You get used to it after a while, where you just train yourself. Okay, when I'm walking around, I'm looking down, because if I don't look down, I'm gonna step on the cat. Because the cat will walk in and lie down right in front of you while you're walking. Just and sure, just right wherever you want. I'll step over you. Don't bother getting out of the way. That's the cat. The cat needs to show it's exerting his dominance. It needs to show I own this space. That's what this is right now. This cat is saying, whatever you're doing is not important because I own this. Just know I own you and I own everything in your house. That's what the cat is saying. You win, cat. I put all of my breakable things away. I catified everything, pulled everything off the surfaces so you can get up there without destroying everything. Are you happy now?
Brad, life finds a way.
That's a quote from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Life finds a way. You are a predator, cat.
I'll need to show you Owl Kitty being edited into the Jurassic Park movie, because so well. If you ever seen Owl Kitty on YouTube, this guy just like edits his cat into all of these classic films. Do you want to end the podcast by watching one clip? They're really short. Owl Kitty, Jurassic Park. Proof that this thing read my mind. Okay, let's share screen. Hopefully there's no copyright claim, but we're going to take a chance.
There we go.
All right, can you see it? Or I'll click for you.
Second. Okay.
And add to stream. Okay. Oh. Yeah, we'll do this one right here. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
That is Jeffrey Lebowski. Every night. Yep, that's you.
There's
hang on, let me get this off. That is this cat. Every night when the sun goes down, I'm hunting Brad and forcing him to throw little mice around the place. I've turned the cat into a baseball player. I'll throw the little mice things at him, and he'll go, yeah. And sometimes he'll knock it back at me, and I'll pick it up, throw it back at him again. That's the cat.
Yeah.
We'll just turn this into Cat America.
There we go.
Next episode, all Jeffrey Lebowski, all the time. In fact, it won't even be me on camera. It'll just be the cat. Oh, here you go. Jurassic World with cats.
Stand down. Stand down. What did I just say? Okay. Good.
Oh, that music is definitely going to get us. Okay. Are you happy now, people, audience? Meow. Cat.
Cat.
Okay. Time to go. Thank you for joining us on Anime America. And in words and stuff. And join us on YouTube. And other places that it might exist. That we might do things on.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Yep.
Don't I have? Hold on. Don't I have a thing that says what all the stuffs is? That's where we're live. Facebook.com/Anime America page live and YouTube.com Anime America podcast /live.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our like Twitters and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking.
I'm just
Twitter,
at Anime America. There we
Twitter
go.
is at Anime America. Do we do anything on Instagram?
I just post random pictures of myself.
Oh. Well,
And
if
the
you want
anime I
random
find.
pictures of Robin on Instagram, at Anime America Podcast. There you go.
There
You
you
could
go.
probably just Google it. I'm at Balding Ewok.
There you go. Follow Brad.
Everything, everywhere. And I barely, hardly ever post to anything. So what's the point?
To follow.
Why go there? I don't do DMs or anything. I'm hardly ever on there.
Yeah.
That's marketing genius.
Woohoo! You can follow me if you like, or whatever. I don't care.
I'm to the point where I just feel like saying, click the buttons if you want. I don't care. I'm so tired of the YouTube videos that I watch, and they're like, 43% of you who watch this aren't subscribed. Oh, shut up.
Shush.
You guys have sponsors, and you got millions of views. Just shut up. Quit trying to.
They wouldn't need to like get sponsors that people would subscribe. But at the same time, it's like stop asking. The more you ask, the more people are going to be like inclined not to subscribe.
Yeah. Okay. The longer we stay on them, I'm just gonna start complaining about things.
And then Jeffrey's gonna do more stuff, so we gotta go. We gotta go.
I gotta go before I start talking about politics and oh my god. Okay.
YouTube stuff. Okay, bye.
Bye.
More awesome videos will be on the way. Stay tuned in America. Bye bye.
Bye bye.